Good morning and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sherricka and I have a story for you guys today. Usually I do like my caregiver stories while doing the face care, but today I just got it on my heart to just like talk today. So I'm gonna jump right on into it. So back in 2017, when I found out I was pregnant with my son, my first son, I quit a client, and I had never done that before. Okay, I don't quit things. I don't quit, and I don't get fired. If I let a client go, or if a client, it was something, they died. I usually stay with my clients until the end, most of the time, or other circumstances happen where they don't need the care anymore. I mean, there's different reasons why I've not been with a client to the end, but usually when it's a client, I usually stay with them to the end. Okay, so this client, I'm gonna call her Miss M. Miss M was one of those kind of clients that I don't even know how to describe her. Like, she was nice, but she wasn't nice. And I'm super nice. Like, as a caregiver, from a caregiver perspective, I'm a nice, like, I was a nice girl back then. And I was even nicer. I was more naive. I didn't know much. So anything you said, I'm rolling with that, right? But my client, Miss M, was just not a nice lady. But she was in a way. I guess she liked me because she would, get me things for my birthday, or, I don't know. I can't explain her. But in 2017, when I found out I was pregnant, and I tried to stick on with her, but it just seemed like her attitude was getting worse. And I was never one of those type of people, because actually my pregnancy didn't bother me at all. The most thing that I was tired, if anything. And I would never say, oh, I'm so tired, like I do now. Like, I say it now, I'm so tired, I'm tired. But back then, I wouldn't even say I was tired. It probably may look like I was tired, but I never let on that I was tired. I was always ready to work. I always called her and said, what can I do for you today? What can I bring you? What do you need me to do today? I was ready for the job every single day. But every time I would come, it just seemed like she had this attitude, and she was just mean. And there was some times where she was cool, but it was just more mean than ever. And I remember the one day her granddaughter was over there. Now, her granddaughter was my age, and I'm gonna just call her Kay. She was my age, and she was also in the healthcare field. She was trying to, in school to be a nurse, and had did aid work, and she knew where I was coming from. So, one day I had just pulled her to the side, and I was just like, I just want to let you know that I'm pregnant, because nobody knew I was pregnant. I didn't look pregnant. I didn't have a belly. Nobody would know I was pregnant unless I told them that I was pregnant. I wasn't going through morning sickness. I didn't have any of that. But I had pulled her to the side one day, and I was like, hey, I wanted to let you know first, because I just want you to know. And I just started telling her everything that this client has done to me over the years, because I done endured this kind of behavior and her attitude for years. But for me at that time, it was like, no, I'm not about to deal with that anymore. I'm about to have a baby. I don't want to be stressed. I can't do her anymore. And I just started telling her all the all of the things that was happening around that time. And it was just her attitude. Like, she would yell at me, and for what? You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of the times, I didn't even do all that much for her, because her daughter, one of her daughters, lived with her and did all of the things. So when I came, it was more so like, I'm doing the cleaning. I did the same thing pretty much every time I came. So I'm trying to figure out, what is the attitude about? But I just remember this one particular day where she was just, whatever it was that she said to me was so nasty. And I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. And I say all of that to say, don't deal with something just because of the money or just because, like, you don't have to deal with people's negativity at all, because their negativity is their problem, and people like to project their problems on you. And that's what it used to do to me. I used to be one of them type of people who, if somebody else was going through something, then I'm going through it too. That could be a good thing, but it can also be a curse, because then you always thinking about what somebody else going through or what somebody else doing. No, do not let other people's issues, whether it be mental, because I would have thought, now thinking back on it, she probably had a mental health diagnosis that nobody knew about, because sometimes she was cool, then other times she was mean, and then other times she was sad, and then other times, it was just this cycle of emotions all the time. And it's like, I'm a person that works for you. I shouldn't be able to get all of those emotions every time I come. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for 2 hours out of your day. I shouldn't be able to take on all your emotions every single time that I come here. And that's what I say all of that to say, don't take on people's issues. If you feel that someone is not treating you, to the way you're supposed to be treated, period, let that go. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. And you go to these jobs and you want to do so good at these jobs, and then you think you are owed something back. No, you got paid for what you were owed. You got paid. Everything else is a plus. Like, if you actually had a boss or a manager that really cared about you, or cared about your family, or cared about your needs, they don't care. It's a business. They care about you in that moment, but when, like I said, after that, they don't owe you anything. And you just have to roll with that. But you have to know your worth and what you're going to put up with. And so, to tie this video up, I'm also not about to make anybody make me feel like crap while I'm working for them. Because, you know what I'm saying? You just have to be in a position to be like, no, I'm not taking that. Period. Not taking it. And that's how I felt about that client way back in 2017. And that's how I feel about everything moving forward. I'm not about to take on your issues, your crap, your business, because at the end of the day, I can get a new job and you can get another person to replace me. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you. I just had to vent. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.